Once upon a time, there was a little boy, and the little boy lived up a hill above a town, and he didn't live up there just because. He lived up there for a reason. He lived up there on the hill because he was a shepherd. That was his job. A shepherd. Do you know what a shepherd is? Shepherd had to look after sheep. That's his job. It's kind of like a farm, kind of like a farmer, but only sheep, right? The boy had maybe 100, 150, 200, I don't know, 200 fluffy sheep, and he had to look after them, keep them safe, and make sure they had a lot to eat, and all those kinds of things. And yeah, it's an important job. It's an important job. It's true, but the little boy, at least in his opinion, the little boy said, "This job is boring." He was up there all by himself, and the sheep. He tried talking to the sheep, and the sheep just looked at him and go, bah. He tried playing games, and the sheep just looked at him and go, bah. So he was just up there all by himself and so bored. The only fun he ever had was, every 7-8 weeks, a couple months, they would give the sheep a haircut, right? On shaving day, right? They'd shave off all that wool and put it in big barrels and buckets and wheelbarrows, and they'd roll it down to town, and they'd take it to the market. And that was the day that the boy had fun. They'd walk through the streets, and they'd walk past the school where the playground was. They'd walk by the huge, beautiful church, and best of all, they'd go to the general store, kind of like a grocery store. They'd go to the general store where they sold milk and eggs and bread and all that kind of stuff, but the best part of all, the part he cared about, was the sweet water toffee, the candy. It was called saltwater toffee, not sweetwater toffee. Saltwater toffee is a beautiful, wonderful candy that the boy loved more than anything else. I know it sounds kind of gross. It's okay. Saltwater toffee. Trust me, it tastes good, at least to this little boy. Okay, the little boy loved it. Okay, that's what matters. Okay. So, but it wasn't sheep shearing time. It barely ever sheep shearing time. He had to sit around and wait for the wool to grow. Boring. It takes a long time for sheep wool to grow. So he had it stuck up there with nothing to do. And one day he went, he had an idea. He remembers something his dad said. His dad said, "You got to stay up here in this farm, up here looking after these sheep, unless there's an emergency. If there's an emergency, you can go to town." The little boy suddenly had an idea. If I had an emergency, then I could go to town and then I could have some fun. There's people there. People who actually talk to me. Sheep. And he thought, what kind of an emergency can I have up here? Not much going on. The problem is not much going on. A wolf. That's it. If there was a wolf, that would be an emergency, and then I could go to town. Right. So, he decided to do a little bit of a lie. Because, at least, it might be fun. He ran to town yelling and singing, "Wolf, wolf, here I saw wolf, my sheep, they are in trouble. Wolf, wolf, I saw wolf, my sheep, please send help on the double. My flock all fleeced is to a wolf a feast, so please help me." He yelled it and sang it all through the streets, past the school and the playground, past the beautiful big church, and up and down the aisles of the general store where they sold the milk and the eggs and the bread and its sweet salt water toffee. All the people in the town gathered around and said, "Oh my goodness, the boy needs help. There's a wolf up there, and we don't want the sheep to get hurt. Oh, let's go!" And so they all gathered around, and they gathered their stuff to go and defend the sheep. They gathered sticks and stones and axes and clubs and bows and arrows and a Swiss rusty old sword. I saw someone, and I saw an old man with a wooden spoon. Up they went. Boop, 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 boop. Go defeat and defend the sheep from the wolf. Up they went. Boop, 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 boop. And the boy thought, "Woo, this is exciting. I can't believe it. This is great fun." And they got up to the top of the hill, and of course, they looked around for the sheep. There are the sheep. Yep, sheep. And they looked around for the wolf, and there was no... Little boy, you made us rush in on the double. Where is this wolf who caused all the trouble? The little boy had nothing to say, right? There was no wolf. Oh, I don't know. Oh boy. People weren't happy. They marched back down to the town. And the boy was stuck up there with the sheep again, sitting around. A couple of days later, he's thinking to himself, "Oh, I'm bored." And he's thinking, I wish there was at least like some llamas or giraffes or something fun, because the sheep are so boring. And he thought, it's a really long time till shearing day, and I can't stay up here anymore. He thought, well, it worked one time. Maybe it'll work again. So he ran into town. "Wolf, wolf, I'm sure this time my sheep, they are in trouble. Wolf, wolf, one in his prime, please send help on the double. My flock are all fleeced, is to a wolf a feast, so please help me." And he ran and yelled it through the streets, past the school, past the beautiful church, and up and down the aisles of the general store where they sold the milk and the eggs and the goats and the other stuff. And of course, sweet salt water toffee. And the people gather around again. Oh my goodness. Oh, the sheep are in trouble. Oh, that boy needs help. Well, okay, so they gathered their sticks and stones and their axes and clubs and their rusty old swords and their bows and arrows and their doggone chains and all kinds of ferocious stuff. And I saw an old man, right? That old man, remember? With a wooden spoon. And up there went, let's go. And the boy thought, "Woo, this is fun again. I love it. I love a good adventure." And so they went up the hill. And they got there. And of course, they looked around and said, "We see the sheep." Little boy, where's this sheep? You made us rush in all on the double. Where's the sheep who caused all the trouble? Of course, the little boy, nothing. Well, maybe he went away. People were mad this time. This time they just stomped their feet. Boom, 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 back down to town. And the boy was left there all alone again. Oh, and the boy was lonely and he was bored. And he thought, "Oh, I don't know, I'm so bored. Still bored. Bored, bored, bored. Bored, bored, bored. So boring. Still bored." And then there was a noise come from the woods, and there was a huge and a boy going, "Oh no!" And sure enough, there was a huge wolf like that. Oh goodness! And the sheep went running one way, and the boy ran the other way. And then he realized, "Oh no, I got to protect the sheep." And then he decided, "Oh no, I can't protect the sheep by myself." And so he ran down to town. Woof, woof, for real, my sheep, they are in trouble. Wolf, wolf, please, my sheep will be a meal. Please come help from the devil. He ran and he yelled through the streets, through the school, past the church, to the store, and all the people gathered around. And they looked at the boy. The boy said, "Look, there's a wolf for real." What happened next? What do you think?